Do you sometimes feel like you're the only real, good, honest person left around you? Raise your hand. Raise it. Do you feel like you're the only good one left when, like, the world's going downhill? Do you find yourself asking, how many true people are left? Is it? I was really inspired by this video that I saw. It was on the Dry Creek Wrangler School channel, which is newer to me, but it's pretty popular. Definitely check it out. It was called You're Not Alone. And I wish that I could contact him and just share my journal entry from September 9th, 2023. I don't know if it's going to... I don't think it's going to get clear enough that you can read it. Okay, I'm gonna get vulnerable for a second, because this was like a private entry to myself. But I want to show the people that he speaks to, and anybody that might watch this. You're not alone. You're not alone. Okay, so I asked myself a question in my journal. What can you tell me about yourself? Because that question is sometimes hard for me to answer when I'm asked that question. So I challenged myself to practice answering it. And I said, this question has always been difficult for me to answer. So I need to practice it. I am a person who values depth, honesty, and loyalty. I prefer deep conversation. I strive to be better and more honest with myself, more authentic. I enjoy adventure. Bad listening skills irritates me. I value security. I value and appreciate genuine people. I'm very in touch with myself. And I struggle inside with myself a lot. I have insecurities. And sometimes I am a glass half empty person. And that was all I wrote that day. But I had to go back and find this when I watched that video, because it's crazy how similar we are as humans, yet we feel like there's nobody else like us. And fundamentally, humans, we want to feel connection. We want to feel like we're not alone. And yet we feel alone, and we think we're the only ones, including me. I do often struggle and feel like I'm the only person that really challenges myself to be better each day, that wants to grow, that wants to be healthier mentally, physically. You know, I challenge myself to be honest, even when it's hard. And even with myself, even on the little things, so that it's bigger, or it's easier when it comes to the bigger things, because I value honesty. I know how important honesty is, just to myself and relationships, anywhere. And I know that if I want people to be honest with me, I need to be honest with them. And in order to be honest with other people, I have to be honest with myself. So I challenge myself every day. Loyalty is very important to me. Faithfulness, being appreciative, just being authentic to myself. And I worry sometimes that I might be the only person like this, and that I'm alone. Because in society or media, TV, everybody seems so superficial. You know, most things are about status, the way you look, how much money you make, your job title, you know, how many people you can sleep with, how many times you get asked out on. It's like so petty to me. It's so fake. Fakeness. That is another thing. It irritates me so much. And that's not to say that I've never been fake in my life, or that I've never, you know, wanted to make myself look better or seem better, or anything like that. But it's just, as I go through my journey, I'm wanting to get further and further away from all of this superficialness. Like deep conversation means so much to me. That's how I feel connected with people. But yet it's so hard to find anyone that really wants to have real, meaningful conversation. I mean, it's sad because a lot of us struggle with even keeping an attention span long enough to watch this video. Most people have probably already clicked off and don't even make it to this point. That's sad. It's sad that our culture has gotten to this point. And yet, feeling connected and feeling wanted and loved and not alone is something we all crave, yet we're creating a society that's taking us further apart from that. We're isolating more. We're more superficial. We're more focused on the outside. And it makes me really sad. But I can relate. And I was really inspired when I watched that other video. If I can find it again, I can put a link down below. But in that video, he spoke about men thinking that they're the only, or women, people in general, feeling that they're the only ones that are good, honest people, you know, that are good to their spouses or that respect their bodies. You know, a lot of young women, young girls, or even just people in general, we don't always respect our bodies in multiple senses of the word. Maybe by what we put into it, or how we dress, or like lack of exercise or lack of sleep, just all of that. Like, I've always thought of my body as something that I've wanted to take care of as the best of my ability, like in the sense of like what I've always known or to be good for my body, I've always tried to do, even from a young age. And it just seems like I don't understand why you wouldn't. We're only given one. And the better you take care of it, the better it takes care of you, the better you feel, the more experiences that you can have, hopefully, you know, given everything goes well. I know we're not in control of everything. But I've always wanted to eat healthier, exercise, stay away from, you know, ingesting too many bad chemicals. I'm not perfect, but it's something I intentionally try to think of, and it blows my mind sometimes when humans are just so mindless or careless. I'm not exactly sure, but they don't think about what they're putting in to their body. Or maybe they know it and they're just so sad that they stop caring. I know sometimes it's both. I know that there's a lot of factors. And I want to help anyone that this video reaches, that you are not alone. If you're sitting here like me, valuing honesty, authenticity, vulnerableness, faithfulness, you believe in being good to your partner, wanting the same thing back, wanting security and trust, and trying your best to improve each day and do the right thing even when nobody's looking. If you hold yourself to a higher standard than it seems like anybody else around you, I understand. I'm with you, and I wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and put it out there because I found that entry in my journal from not that long ago where I described to myself who I really am. Because I do take the time to get to know myself. I think that's one thing that a lot of us don't do. We don't really take the time to build the relationship with the person that we're going to spend the rest of our life with. And I started late. I didn't know that growing up. I wish I had. I wish I had known growing up to build a relationship with myself first and foremost, to get to know myself better. I mean, I didn't learn that until mid-20s to start doing that. So I just wish I could reach out to all of the people that think they're the only ones left and just like wave, like, no, I'm here. I'm with you. I feel the same way. I get frustrated with myself if I do something that is less than like my best or a standard, even if nobody else really notices or it's not really seeming to affect anybody, I still get upset with myself. Not to the point where, I mean, you have to have self-compassion, but I mean just like disappointed. And then it's like, I push myself, okay, the next time, try to be even just 1% better. Just 1% better, Alyssa. Like, you can do this. And I mean, I'm tougher on myself than anybody else could ever be. I might not always show it overtly. Like, I don't know if people around me would know that. I know some people do. Some people that know me really well know that, but others might not. Because I just handle everything so in my head internally. I don't always show it necessarily. I really put a lot of effort into doing the best I can each day, improving myself each day, trying to do the right thing, even if nobody's even if nobody's watching or listening. I try to do the right thing that's most authentic to me, or that's matches with what I value and the standards that I hold myself to. And I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated to the best of my capabilities at this point, of my awareness of everything. And I really appreciate when I see other people doing that too. Like, it stands out to me. I notice it because I'm doing the same thing. And I really like seeing people succeed. And I feel like that's another thing that not everybody enjoys. It kind of blows my mind also how some people get upset when they see other people having success. And they want to put them down or talk behind their back or are just envious. I don't know. That's also very sad to me in society, that's kind of how we operate, instead of seeing it as just a collective success. Like, that's awesome that somebody did that. Aside from being able to give you encouragement, if it's something similar to what you want, it's showing you that it's possible, that it can be done. Somebody else has done it. You can do it too. Like, there's nothing we can't do if we want it. So instead of looking at it that way, it like tends to be discouraging to some people and like a negative thing, and they put those people down, and it's just another thing that is difficult in our society for people like you and I, who are really trying to be better, who are really naturally want to have happiness, love, joy, when there's so many things around us that tear us down. Especially, like, I'm a highly sensitive person, so my senses are very heightened my whole life. My sense of taste, my sense of smell, just like light. I'm sensitive to light. I'm sensitive to certain touches, and I'm very sensitive to like emotional pain, psychological pain. I'm very sensitive to energies around me. I can pick up on things, I think, stronger than most people, or definitely most people I know. And that makes it even tougher. So if you're somebody like me that is trying so hard to be better and live by the expectations and the standards that you set, and you're not feeling that anybody around you is like you, and that you're the only one, that you're alone in this, you're not. And I want to validate that if you are highly sensitive, it is even that much harder in a world like today, where superficiality is like valued more than real, deep, honest, authenticity is valued. In a world where authenticity is not valued, superficiality tends to be what's expected. And here we are, feeling left out, alone, and isolated. And because we tend to be the ones that maybe don't speak up as much and speak out as much, because we're focused on ourselves and doing the best we can for us and our families and our friends, we tend to get kind of blurred out. Well, like I said, I was inspired to share this. I hope it helps somebody. You're not alone. If you feel that way and you feel like you have some struggles, I have other videos on confidence and how to identify values. Watch some of those. I hope that they help. Let me know in the comments if this connected with you, if there's a question that I could help you with. If you're having a struggle, definitely put it down. I really want to share my experiences and my knowledge and coach any of you that are struggling the way I have. So, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.